soy sauce. So I've got 4 tablespoons of my Tamari. I'm going to add in 3 to 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. You could use a date paste here if you wanted, if you didn't want to use maple syrup. So you could use like 5 or 6 dates. And then you would blend it with all these ingredients so that you could, that's 4. So you would blend it with all the ingredients so that the dates are blended up. Now I'm going to use, I've got rice wine vinegar here. I'm going to add that in next. So this is the acid. So we have our sweet, our salty, our acid. I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons here of rice wine vinegar. You could use other vinegar if you don't have rice wine vinegar. So I got this one. I found the organic version, so I use that one. And if you don't have organic, that's fine too. Now I have ginger that this is a couple of cloves of, garlic that I'm going to add in. So I've minced that. I used my garlic press for that. Now that one has been, the garlic is one of the first things you want to mince the garlic first so that it has an opportunity to blend. Then I'm going to add some ginger. So I have a little bit of ginger here. Been using this ginger. I'm going to just grate up some ginger. And I am not a big ginger fan, so I'm not going to put a ton of ginger in. I'm just going to put a little bit. So you could put as much as however you like ginger. If you're a fancy ginger, go for it. And if you don't have fresh ginger, you could just put kind of a 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon of powdered ginger. Again, to your own taste is fine. And we're going to let that come to a boil. Let me bring this stuff out of the way. It won't take too long. Here. Just going to stir it up. Almost boiling. And then once it comes to a boil, now we're going to add in our slurry. So it's almost there. Let it go, let it go. What did they say? A watch pot never boils? Ladies, let's get it boiling here. I upped the heat just so we could get it going. Here is coming. Yay! And I'm just going to, after you can let it boil for a minute or two yourself. If you let it boil a little longer, that's fine too. But in the interest of time, because I'm sure you don't want to sit there and watch this pot boil, I'm going to add this in. And I'm going to add in the cornstarch, and it shouldn't take very long for the cornstarch to thicken. And you can just let it boil for a minute or so until it thickens up, and you've got your sauce. Starting to thicken. We're getting that boil up here. And you can see I don't know if you can see it's starting to thicken. I'm going to turn, oh yeah, we got the boil. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I jacked up the heat to get it to boil. And then you can see it's starting to coat the back of the spoon. Beautiful. And then what I can do now is it's coating the back of the spoon. If you can see that. I'm going to take it off the heat and let it sit. That's it. That's how easy it is to make the sauce. Now you can buy the sauces as well in the store, but let's do this. And now we're going to bring on our frying pan. So somebody asked last week about these frying pans. So I have, this is actually called a green pan. It actually, last week, this is actually ceramic. So I've added a little bit of vegetable oil here. And I'm going to add in my onions. And you want to stir fry this on a medium-high heat. And this is I'm going to use all my onions. This is something you want to make sure that you are watching it. So this one, you're not going to run off to the stove and start cutting up other vegetables. Make sure your veggies are all ready to go. And you just keep a close eye on everything. Now, you could water boil this or water stir fry this as well. I just like adding a little oil to the beginning when I start. And I'm going to add in the tofu so the tofu gets a little bit crispy and heats up. And add in the mushrooms as well. Actually, these mushrooms are big. I'm going to